Elgato's Wave Link 3.0 might be the most underrated free audio tool for creators, and since its official release, you don't even have to own an Elgato product to use it anymore. Whether you've been using Elgato's Wave Link 2.0 software or are looking for a better audio routing without adding any hardware, I'm here to help you. In this video, I'll show you what's new, what actually matters, and how to migrate your setup safely. Wavelink 3.0 is a virtual audio mixing and routing application, and it was designed specifically for us creators. The software uses a grid-based interface, which we call a routing table, and this allows you to visually map audio inputs to specific outputs. Because all of our workflows and needs are different, you are no longer limited to a simple two-channel monitor and stream output, and Elgato allows you to create up to 5 independent output mixes. Predetermine your stream and recording or VOD mixes before you add them to OBS. No more adding your Spotify as a separate audio track within OBS and forgetting to mute it. Wavelink 3.0 also allows for amazing plugin flexibility. You can run VST3s or audio unit plugins directly inside Wavelink. This means you do not need separate software to clean up your microphone, and you can even add audio effects to individual or grouped audio inputs. Previously, you were only able to use the Wavelink software if you owned an Elgato microphone. With the launch of 3.0, you are no longer required to own Elgato hardware to be able to use it. You can use any microphone or audio interface and even check compatibility on the Elgato website. You might not need to upgrade if you have a very simple mic setup or you don't use separate audio routing, but you'll benefit from upgrading or testing out Wavelink 3.0 if you want more advanced routing control. You use multiple audio sources like voice chat, music, games, and browser. You want to separate mixes for stream, maybe your podcast, recording, or even just do not disturb while you work. Or you use plugins and want everything in one place. Whatever it is something I would really recommend you try out, and it's free, so you have nothing to lose. Before I go over setting up your audio routing in Wavelink 3.0, I want to take a second to help those of you who are migrating over from Wavelink 2.0. If you are not migrating from Wavelink 2.0, you can skip this next part. Before you install anything, let's make sure not to lose track of your current setup. Open Wavelink 2.0 one last time and take a screenshot of your channel list and which effects you have added to your channels. Your channels may look something like mine and include microphone, system, game, music, browser, voice chat, SFX, to which I route my OBS monitored audio, and aux, which I route other applications to that then also get picked up by OBS, such as my Streambots. With your screenshots ready, you'll have a reference for how everything was organized before. This may help you with setting up the logic that works best for you. You may now exit Wavelink 2.0. Now we can install Wavelink 3.0 from Elgato's website. Go on over to the download section, scroll down a little, and download the latest release of Wavelink 3.0. On first launch, Wavelink 3.0 will guide you through a short setup process for device detection and permissions. Just follow the steps on screen. Once it's installed, you will be asked to connect a Wave device. If you do not own an Elgato microphone, go ahead and click on Mixes on the left and move on to the next part of this video. Connect your XLR, Wave 3, DX, or Neo microphone and start the setting up process. If you and your Elgato microphone have just met, the process also allows you to get acquainted with some of the features of your product. I'm using the new XLR Dock Mark II, which is plugged into my Stream Deck Plus. The setup process neatly guides you through a couple of steps to make sure everything is connected. If you're using any of the new Mark II products, you'll be able to automatically set the gain on your device based on a mic check. No matter which values you pick in this setup process, you're always able to change them within the Elgato Devices section of the left side menu. Wavelink 3.0 also comes with a new Stream Deck plugin that allows you to control your microphone and audio channels. You can check it out on the marketplace in the bottom left of the app. If you're using any of the new Mark II microphones, you'll be able to apply audio effects which are processed right on your hardware. The result is instant and you'll be able to directly monitor your own audio with these hardware effects directly applied. It's time to start creating magic. Head on over to the Mixes tab by clicking it in the left-hand menu. Before we click anything, I would like to introduce a quick mindset shift. If you previously used Wavelink 2.0, you should know that that way of working was channel-based. It had two main outputs, monitor and stream. Monitor was what you would hear, and stream would be routed to your OBS for your viewers to hear. Wavelink 3.0 introduces a routing table system. You can create multiple output mixes, 5, and send any input to any output and rename and fully customize your routing. This way, it's more flexible, it's more powerful, and once you start to understand it, it's actually way cleaner. So let's build it together intentionally. As I mentioned earlier in this video, we call this area the routing table, and here we will visually map audio inputs to specific outputs. At the top, you see the output mixes. I'm using my headphones plugged into my Wave XLR to monitor my personal mix, but you can also use a headset and select it from the dropdown. The second mix I'm renaming to Stream Mix because that is the mix name I have become familiar with. I have need for a third mix, which I will call Record/VOD Mix. As you can see, my Elgato Wave XLR is already on the routing table. If you have a microphone or audio interface that is not from Elgato, go ahead and add it by clicking Create Channel and selecting your microphone or audio interface. The first channel that I'm adding is for all my system sounds and notifications that I do not want my stream or recording to hear. You can add an empty channel at the bottom of the dropdown. I then add it to my personal mix only. To make sure your Windows automatically routes any audio to the System Sounds channel, go to your audio settings and select the system channel from the output device dropdown in your volume mixer. I add an empty channel for games on this system and I add the games that I can already select, like in this case, Pele and Golfit, because this was recorded on my streaming rig and not my gaming rig. I add my Elgato 4K Pro, which is my capture card where the audio from my gaming PC or my consoles come through. Let's showcase some of the Wavelink 3.0 flexibility. Let's say I'm adding Discord. I add it to all my mixes, but I initially mute it for both stream and recording. Then I realize I maybe also use TeamSpeak sometimes, so I edit the channel, I change the name to voice chat, I add TeamSpeak and select a more generic icon for the group. For my browsers, I'll add a group because I have multiple browsers set up on my system. I add my Spotify for music, and because I only use Spotify, I don't add anything else. I activate Spotify for both my personal mix and my stream mix, but I do not add it to my VOD mix because later in OBS I will make sure that my VOD will not have any of the Spotify music, but I will not be stuck in the OBS ecosystem anymore like I did before, and I kept forgetting to tick the right boxes. I add another empty channel, SFX, and I rename it to OBS Monitor. This is where I route OBS's audio monitoring. Lastly, I add aux1. This is a general empty channel for audio sources that I want to route to both myself and stream, like my streambots, maybe VLC player, and other things that I have yet to discover. When all of our mixes are set up and linked to our liking, let's head over to the Audio tab in your OBS settings to make sure all of our mixes and channels are linked correctly. What you need and what you're going to do may look different from what I have done, and you may decide to keep your microphone from your stream and recording mixes and add it by itself to OBS. When you're happy with your audio devices, scroll down a little bit and make sure your monitor device is set up correctly. This is your friendly reminder to check and make sure both OBS and Wavelink are set to a sample rate of 48 kHz. Also, do not forget to reroute all your bots and Stream Deck audio buttons to the new aux channel if you have set it up like me. Now, we test our mixes intentionally. Play some music in the background and check to see if you can hear it in your monitor mix. Make sure you have your monitor mix selected, which is indicated by the ear icon and can be turned on or off in the top left of the mix box. Next, play a game and make sure it's routed to the game channel. If your game is not routed to the game channel, check to see if it is selected by editing the channel. And if you can't see the game in the Wavelink software, you can also go to your Windows Audio Mixer and select the game channel in the output dropdown next to the name of your game. If you have separated your stream and recording and VOD mix like I just did, make sure to separate their tracks in OBS. Right-click your audio meters in OBS, select Advanced Audio Properties and determine which track will be for your recording and or for your VOD, and which will be for your stream. In my case, track 1 is my stream, 2 is my VOD track, and 3 is for my recordings. In your OBS settings, under Output, select the corresponding tracks. Now your stream and recording mixes should be separated and ready to go. And that's it. You have now migrated from Wavelink 2.0 to 3.0, or maybe you've just set it up without migrating at all. No chaos, no broken routing, and without guessing. Once you understand the routing table, it stops being overwhelming and it starts being incredibly powerful. If this video helped you in any way or form, please consider leaving a like and let me know in the comments. As always, let me know if you have any questions about this video or suggestions for more content like this. Have a wonderful rest of your time zone and see you next time.